De Facto Podcast is privileged to have been founded on Wadjuk Noongar land.
We pay our respects to the traditional owners of this land and express our sincere gratitude for their ongoing guidance as we work in their community.
Welcome back to another episode of De Facto, where we discuss our 9-to-5 kind of relationships in another podcast that literally not a single person asked for. I'm Nicolette.
I'm Kate.
And once again, we are excited to be back and catching up.
Yes, it is good to be back. And we're also here with our lovely producer, Lainey. Big shout out to Lainey. We'd also like to say that our intro says a podcast that literally no one asked for. However, one person has asked for it. One person. Shout out, Donna.
Big shout out.
Big shout out, Donna.
Yeah.
Getting it done.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for all the believers out there.
Believers, if you will.
we wouldn't be here.
So, we wouldn't.
You know what they say? Shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. So
literal goosebumps.
Exactly.
Goosebumps, Nicolette. Wise words. And what's another thing that people say? You know, I'm good at this one. You don't plant the seed and grow the tree in the same day.
You don't plant the tree and eat the fruit the same day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the one.
That is the one.
All right, Nick, what have we got on the cards for today?
Today we are talking about the fun holiday romances, one of Kate's many holiday romances. And then we're also talking a little bit about foreplay.
Yes, foreplay. Very important. Right, before we jump into today's episode, obviously we thought we'd give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Little Baby Cheeses.
Little Baby Cheeses.
Don't you mean Jesus?
No, cheeses.
Cheeses. You can find these in the dairy section at Coles.
Yeah. Well, big shout out to them. And you know what, Kate? I went to Woolies this week and guess what they were all sold out of?
What, Little Baby Cheeses?
No, barbecue shapes.
Were they?
And what did we shout out last week?
Barbecue shapes.
So, I mean, we're out here influencing people and
we're getting it done.
we are. So
sorry, shapes.
Thanks, Coles.
Why
Actually, I'm more of Woolies girl, but, you know.
Are you?
I am.
I reckon Coles is cheaper. Woolies is a better shopping experience. I have a way better shopping experience than Woolies.
Yeah.
However,
true.
broke bitch shop at Coles. Hee.
All right, Kate, let's kick us off. How was the weekend?
Weekend. Pretty chill.
Pretty chill.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm an old mama these days. Old girl, take it easy. But I had my high school reunion
I've
on
got
Friday
mine coming
night.
up.
Rest in peace. Ugh.
And I'm sure everyone said, is that Kate Reston from De Facto?
They did. Actually, another shout out. Shout out number 2. Big shout out to Ryan. He came up to me and said, love the podcast. Mondays are now for Kate because on Mondays he listens to De Facto.
So was it nice to catch up with all your friends?
It was honestly so nice to catch up with my closest friends.
Just the same people you hang out with now?
Same people I hang out with.
But in a different location.
No, I hadn't seen pretty much everyone bar one person for about 10 years. It's pretty concerning though when you're at your 10-year high school reunion. I was nervous going into it because I was like, how many people are going? Is it just the losers going? Are we all going to be losers
that's why
together?
you were invited.
That's why I went. Or is it going to be kind of fun? It actually was pretty fun. Couple of glow-ups.
Okay.
This one guy when he was at school, like tall, pretty lanky, skinny guy, just honestly, he had buffed out.
Nice.
But still lovely, like hot but doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, because he was bullied in high school.
Yes.
That's always the ones you want to go for, the ones that are hot now that weren't hot in high school.
Yes. Lovely. We had these like little cards that was like, it was like someone who got pregnant, someone who had like the biggest career.
Oh, did you get that card?
I did. Biggest, what's the word? I don't know. Call me a business conglomerate. And then there was the biggest glow up. Everyone was like, have you given your card to Tim for the glow up? I was like, of course I gave him my glow up card. Everyone just take our glow up cards.
See, I don't know if I'd be offended or take it as a compliment.
Well, I got one.
Oh, so how did you feel? Offended or complimented?
It's hard, isn't it?
It is hard to say.
It's hard. I reckon I've had a personality glow up. Way funny now.
It's all the years of bullying.
Yeah. It's because I was an ugly child, so I had to be funny. And I've said that before.
Got to make sure your personality makes up for it. Exactly.
There was also another guy who had a bit of a glow up. Now, but he wasn't like not hot when we were at school. He was in the cool group, but just like really grown into his look. And damn, woof.
You know, a lot of pressure on 17-year-olds out there. I don't know many hot 17-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like, I think
it'd be a little concerning if you
Sorry.
did.
Actually, 17. That's more your age. Right?
He was 19.
I actually know heaps.
And it was one time. So,
but you know what I mean? The pressure, you think you're really hot and cool at 17
You're
and then
not.
you look back and you're like, ooh, ooh, no,
Nah.
you know.
Anyway, he had gotten heaps hotter. Went with like one of my closest friends. We represented the group,
Mm-hmm.
and we were both like, holy fuck, like looking it up and down, just eyes bogging out of my mind. Anyway, my friend Flick was, because everyone was leaving, my friend Flick was like, Kate, you should stay drinking with the boys. And I was like,
one of the boys.
I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, yeah, but you could potentially hook up with him. And I was like, oh, and she was like, do it for the podcast.
Didn't do it for the podcast.
I was like, oh.
And did you do it for the podcast?
No, but we had family Zambreros and he bought me a Zambi. So big
that's
shout
nice.
out. Thank you.
That is lovely. I've got my school reunion coming up. Actually, I think it's like next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the Facebook invite event. It's like invited 300, going 25. So now I can't get going because I don't want to be, one of the 25. So I just play it cool, maybe do a drive by, see what's going on.
You could stay going and maybe you're the trendsetter and never go, well, Nicolette's going. Now I can go.
Yeah, they probably will all flock once they see my name's on there.
Where were you in the ladder at school? Were you top cool, popular group? You were at the bottom, I reckon. With that sense of humour.
With that humour, this personality, I must have been at the bottom.
With my good looks.
No, we had a great group. I don't really.
Where were
honestly,
you? Be honest. In the pick a spot.
I reckon we were just like mid.
I reckon I was mid too.
Mid. We had a really big group though, but I feel like by you only really care in middle school, and then by year 11 and 12, does anyone really care anymore?
No.
I don't think so.
All the guys that were like in the cool group at my high school at the reunion, oi, Rasto! Coming over giving me, what are you doing, Rasto?
It's because you're hot and you got a podcast, so they're all.
Thank you. One of them though, he was like the school just like larrikin the drop kick. You know what happened? He got kicked out of the reunion.
Oh.
I was like, nothing has fucking changed, man.
Some of them don't. I'm excited to see who hasn't changed their house.
And I was chatting with another guy and that guy came over, the one that got kicked out, and he kept like grabbing this guy's head and licking it.
Oh.
Licking it. And it happened like 3 times and I was like, you're going to have to stop that. And he didn't, and I was like, I'm going to.
Well, like licking the top of his head. Oh, yeah.
That. And I said, I was like, yeah, I'm going to throw up. I walked away and I was like, oh my God, I'm thinking about it right now.
Nah, gross. Nasty. Are you
I'm
right?
sorry.
Okay,
Move
next
on.
thing. My weekend was good too. no licking of people's heads, but
I'm going to throw up, Nick. You can't mention it anymore.
On Friday night, I did have about a 40-minute dilemma. I cooked, actually homemade some pesto.
Yes.
I know.
Chef Nicolette coming through.
Jamie Oliver.
Oliver who?
That's what I want to know.
Oliver
Who? Professional podcaster, chef.
Actually, if
what
he
can't
wants
she do?
any hints or tips, he could just hit you up. Some
Yeah,
chef,
he probably could.
some cooking hints or
He's
tips.
following Dave Factor already. Maybe we start doing recipes. Anyway, cooks my pesto. It's in the NutriBullet. Puts the pasta on, fresh. Drains the pasta. Goes to unscrew
the
NutriBullet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she could get it undone? No.
No.
And I've had this dilemma in the past with hot soup that I blended. This one wasn't even hot. It was
The
cold.
suction of the heat.
And it was, I honestly, 40 minutes. Couldn't get it on.
Really?
I had it in the machine. I was twisting it. I think I actually pulled my shoulder because I woke up the next day. I was like, oh, Pilates must have got me good. And no, it was the NutriBullet. Anyway, I had a sad cried about it. And then Zach ordered me Uber Eats.
Oh,
and
bless
then you know what I
him.
had to do? Throw out the pasta. And I did eventually. Maddie, shout out to Maddie. She ended up getting it open, but at like 10 p.m. So you know what? I'm going to throw it in the bin, actually.
NutriBullet? Nah.
Done.
Off. Be better.
Yeah, be
Be
better.
heaps
Not
better.
cool. And then I went to for all those people out there that don't know, I'm actually an engaged woman.
Yes. Nicolette, just want to stop. And when we were recording the first episode, I said, Nicolette, where's your relationship standing re-podcast? Are we telling people you're engaged?
Or am I just going to pretend?
And Nicolette said, I don't want them to know I'm engaged yet, but I can have a boyfriend.
Okay.
So now, big announcement. Cue sound effect.
That's the sound effect we were looking for. Yes, I am engaged.
Woo!
Thank you.
Nicolette is engaged. Very exciting.
Hearts shatter across the country.
I would say globally
I would
hearts
say
are
globally,
shattering.
especially now that we have a global audience.
We do. Switzerland, new to the list.
Yeah, new to the list. Thank you. But yeah, hearts shatter. It's quite sad. Sad for them, great for me. Anyway, went to the
I would say
Expo.
even greater for Zach.
Even greater.
He's a lucky man.
Anyway, I went to Bridal Expo. Thank you, Lainey. Not good.
Not good?
Not good. And I already knew it wasn't going to be good.
So, hold on. You didn't queue up to get the free tiara?
Well, no, actually, Kate, for your information, the tickets were free. The tiara was $12 extra.
What a bargain.
And there's, the thing is, it was all sold out. So real
tiaras?
devastated. The tiaras sold out.
Fuck.
I know. That's the thing. I said, that's right, I'm going to get a real
Swarovski.
for the day, for the big day, with matching gloves. No, but they also...
A big sash, though, as if you didn't walk around wearing a sash so everyone knew
I know,
you're the bride.
Didn't even get the sash. I tell you, I was in there for about 10 minutes max. One of these, quick.
Wrap it up.
Me, Mum,
Swim in,
Abby.
Sharon. We're not stopping.
No, we're not stopping. Out. That's what I'm saying. The only good thing was they did have a few topless waiters walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Did get their card. Thank you.
Thank you. Set that up for the hens party.
And you could also get, because if the whole thing wasn't a bit of enough of an ick, you could also get these fake gold tote that said, I'm getting married on the side. And I thought that would be nice to take to Coles, scare off any potential interests. They would know.
Do you know what? That gives me the ick for marriages, the ick for love, the ick for boyfriends, partners, happiness, even life. The ick for life, that one.
The thing is, I would have made Zach come with me, but he's away, so he couldn't come.
And what a shame for him. I bet he was so sad.
He cried all night. Got home, told him about it, cried, bawled his eyes out. Very devastating. But that was, not the highlight of my weekend.
Sounds shit.
So,
but a big congratulations to you.
But a big congratulations. No.
Yeah.
But no, make sure you get down to the Bridal Expo. All those fiancés out there listening. It's great. It's lovely. Well, okay, I tell you something better. I'm sort of meeting someone in person at really going somewhere.
Go on.
When I was about 18, 19, can't remember. Anyway, in those days, and you just used to go to the clubs. The clubs. And get really loose with the drinks.
If you will.
If you will. With the drinks.
Sorry, Mum. Please, calm down.
Alcohol. Like a couple of cruises. And I remember I was dancing all night with this guy on the dance floor.
Or one of those ones, hooking up on the dance floor.
Yeah, you know how people used to do that?
I did that about 3 months ago and I really felt like a youth.
You would have too.
With the young guy. Anyway, continue.
Oh, which one? Anyway.
It was one time.
So, and we've all let it go. No one brings it up anymore, that's the thing. Anyway, this guy, I feel like, and then we're outside the club chatting, exchanging numbers, all this sort of stuff. Pop up. Next morning, messages me. Really great to get to know you. I was like, I had some real deep and meaningful chats on the dance floor. Anyway, chatting all day. I reckon we chatted for about 2 days. And then he hits me with what's your Facebook name? I'll add you.
Cute.
Me thinking, it's going so well. Tells me I tell him my Facebook name.
Yep.
I say, add me. Ghosted.
Never again.
Never heard from him again. So what I'm thinking is he had drunk goggles on, saw my Facebook, and then was like, ooh, and then just blocked me.
Did you update your Facebook after that? Did you learn from the experience?
Thought my Facebook was pretty fire.
Well, what about maybe...
And that's when I never gave out my number anymore.
What about new scenario? You already had each other on Facebook.
Yeah,
you didn't realise. So he didn't have to add you because you were already added.
And I already knew him.
And then maybe he thought, oh, she's going to message me, and you never did. Maybe it was you. Maybe you ghosted him.
Maybe
Plot
we were
twist.
both blind and he didn't know who I was, and then he realised that he knew who I was. I'm engaged and I don't know what he's doing, so there you go.
I got a big fuck off ring. So
exactly. Thank you.
Well, that bar is pretty low, Nick.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
Speaking of low bars, when did you know the bar was low?
Well, actually, I've been seeing this all over TikTok lately. So I asked a few of my friends, the Tic Tacs. When we were once out at the bar, this is recently. Well,
was
at a
I
bar,
there?
You were there. We're at a bar, and this is when we realised the bar was really low as well. Talking to this guy that he knows a mutual friend.
I was there.
You were there. We're at the bar, chatting to this guy, and he knows this guy that we both know too. And he was talking about, wasn't he going to come and meet you one night, Kate?
We were hooking up on the D
were?
floor. We were having dance off, hooking up on the D floor. Obviously, we were going home together. Obviously, we've been hooking.
Obviously.
Okay. Well, so we had run into each other early in the day. We were broing down. I was like, hey, man. Then a few drinks later, I decided I want to take him home, and I was not going to have it any other way. And I get what I want. Anyway, so I hunted him out on the dance floor. He was chatting with some other chick. I'm sorry, I cut her grass hard.
Yeah.
Excuse me, coming through.
See ya.
come dance with me. And I pulled him away. And then, yes, we were hooking up. And we were out the front of favourite place in the world, Benny's.
But you didn't go home with him.
We were ordering the Uber to go home together. Then he was like, oh, can't do this. I got to go home. Something's happened with my ex-girlfriend. I don't know. Got to go left. Then we run into the guy at the bar and he tells us.
And he goes, oh, that guy's such a top bloke. The reason he didn't go home with you is because he had chlamydia. And we were like.
Well, I was like, okay, well, number one, condoms. She'll be right. Number two, it's a tablet. You take it, you move on with your life.
But also the
number
fact
three, he's not a good guy for not sleeping with him when he had chlamydia.
I was like, that doesn't make you a good, like, is that not the bare minimum? Like, oh, I've got an STD, STI, whatever you want to call them. Maybe will skip this one out and, go from there. But he was like, top bloke, not passing it on. Okay.
He was like, he is just such a good guy. Bro. I was
like, how many guys do you know that just go out and say fuck it and do it anyway?
Fuck girls when they know they have an STI.
Yeah, which I'm guessing is obviously quite high.
And do you know what he said? He said, don't tell him that I told you this. Ha, gotcha on the podcast. That's what you get.
But no, that was a good one too. But I just reckon just basic shit as well when people are like, oh, he messaged me the next day after I slept with them.
No.
Okay. Also, just general thing. Or when people say their partner helps them clean.
Nah.
Bars low for that.
Nah.
Sometimes when Zach's in the kitchen with me, this happened at like Christmas a few years ago, one of his aunties was like, oh, that's so good of you. And I was like,
what?
Sorry, I'm here too. This ain't my Christmas lunch. I'm supposed to be a guest. Why am I in the kitchen? What the hell? But no, the boys in there sound so good. So good.
My ex-boyfriend, the bar was pretty low. He would never check on me. Like, when you go out, like, even if you're just friends, you go out, you go, babe, just let me know when you get home safe. I do with my girlfriends when you're leaving. Yeah. Just, hey, let me know when you go out safe.
Message for sure.
Yeah. Him, or you're an adult, you'll be fine to get home by yourself.
Oof.
At least pretend to care.
Yeah. So you're saying the bar is so low that you're like, oh, it's nice that he checked in on me.
Well, he didn't. That's the thing. And I looked past it. Red flag.
Red flag.
Early days red flag. Should have known better.
Yeah.
Should have known heaps better than that.
But yeah, the bar is quite low. But I do have a hot topic for you today, Kate.
Hit me.
Do you care if a stranger flirts with your partner but doesn't know it's your partner?
Do it. Boost my ego.
Yeah, right?
You try, girlfriend. He's so damn hot. I'd do it too.
Yeah. I think as
well.
My
imaginary boyfriend. So damn hot.
Well, in the past, people flirt with your boyfriend. Because Zach was over on the gym the other day and goes, this is the first time back at the gym in fucking 6 months.
What? Your local gym?
The local gym. Mm-hmm. Comes in. Stick it on me. And I was like, oh, God, what's he going to tell me? He's always going to tell me. And then he's like, yeah. She was changing her weights and she came over and she's like, do you mind just helping me put some weights on? And I was like,
sorry, babe. If you can't put them on yourself,
you shouldn't be lifting them.
Poor form.
And then not once, not twice, but thrice did she keep coming back and asking for help. And I said, take a hint, doll. If he's helped you once, but then gone back, and he doesn't ask for your number, scram.
Now, roles reversed. I'll try. If I don't know you've got a girlfriend, I will try. If you're hot, I'm going.
100%.
I'm coming in red hot for
That's
you,
what
babe.
I think. I was like, good on you, babe. He's hot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll take
you.
this compliment. Mm-hmm. But makes me think that maybe guys need engagement to rings as well. Or maybe I could just send Zach to the gym with the gold I'm getting married bag.
Cute.
He could put his gym gear in that.
I love that.
And the tiara too.
He could wear the tiara.
He could wear the tiara at the gym with the I'm getting married bag.
That's so cute. And he could get like
cute.
Little matching sweat towels.
Yeah, people might think he's marrying a man. Ding. You know what I did do though the other week?
What?
Well, when we're down south for this wedding, previous podcasters, OG listeners will know.
Return back to the previous episode. If you've missed it, go back, listen.
Go back and listen.
Then come back here. Yep.
We're walking down. It's like me, Sean, Nicole, Zach. We're all walking down the beach. Sean, Nicole to the left, Zach to my right. And I was like, oh, let's go this way.
Couple of couples.
Sean and Zach very similar from the back, I'd say. And I go, let's go this way. I turn around and I give Sean one of these on the bum. Straight up. Cup in the butt, like a big slap. I'm like, wait. And then I was like, oh, that is not Zach. And Sean goes, ah. So, sorry, big shout out to Sean. Sorry about that.
Fuck.
What's me waiting 10 years to do that? Finally got my chance.
You? Oh my God, I thought you were Zach.
So anyway.
No, I reckon should we get into it? But I
Yeah.
thought what we could do before we get into it, as a pre-getting into it, return to last week's. Again, if you haven't listened, stop this, go back, and then return to us. We ran out of time, so I missed telling you one of my favourite holiday romance stories.
Oh.
So me, Nicolette, and another girl, we went to Bali for a week. We ran into like a group of guys that I knew. One of them I dated for a day in high school. Big committed relationship.
This isn't the music festival, guys.
There's been a few. Anyway, one night all of the group went out for dinner, right? We walked to this restaurant, and by the time we got there, one person was like, "Oh, not feeling very well," left. Ordered entrees, 2 people, not feeling well, left. Dinner came round, someone else left. By the end of the meal, there was 3 of us remaining.
Survival of the fittest, I suppose.
Right? Game on, moles. me laughing at my own joke. Hell heavy breathing. Me, Nicolette, and this one guy were like, okay, well, let's go out. So we went out, ordered some drinks, and I'm drinking my first drink, and I can feel the gurgle deep in the pit of my stomach. And I knew the rest of this trip, I've got Bali belly. I'm out. So what am I going to do?
Party on.
Make the most of it. Make the most of it. I'm no quitter. I hadn't had my holiday romance yet either. So tonight was the night. Found this guy, hunted him down, picked him up. Again, ties in with last week's episode. Worst tattoos ever.
Oh,
he was like chin to fingertips down to the end of his toes, tatted up.
He was very tatted up.
I was into it though. I was
Do
into
people
it.
with tattoos wear sunscreen? Because I always wonder about that.
I don't know. Hit
Anyway.
us up. Hit
No,
us
that's
up.
fine. Again, title your message though.
We get so
whatever you
many. So bring him home, sleep with him. About 4 a.m. I'm waking up in stomach's in cramps, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's laying next to me in the bed, and he eventually wakes up at like 7 a.m. and I'm like, I'm holding my shit in. My nuss is so tight.
Yeah, and anyone with Bali belly knows it's not nice.
It's not nice. And because there was one toilet and it was right next to me, and I was like, I just met this guy. I'm not having diarrhea right next to him. Anyway, I was like, oh man, I'm so sick. Like my stomach does not feel good. And he rolls over, spoons me, rubs my belly and goes, oh, are you okay? Do you want me to give you a belly massage? Sorry, I'm holding my butt together so tightly and you were pushing it out.
No.
You were pushing. Anyway, he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't fucking leave. Like, get out. This is not a free Airbnb. Leave the building.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do, Airbnb. Maybe he didn't have anywhere to stay.
Maybe. Eventually, I practically like kicked him out of the room.
I remember that.
We were all sick.
Yeah,
You and me were doing like
we were tag
team.
teaming on the tour.
You were on the tour. I was messaging you like, get off, I'm coming. And you were like, I can't. I was like, but I'm coming now.
It was a 5-minute rotations. One in, one out.
Boom,
Let's go.
Boom.
I'd say that was where our friendship really bonded.
Practically between your legs. You
take that side, I'll take the right.
And for some reason, the guys who also had Bali belly came over.
Oh, that was so annoying. I was like, no.
Again, we have one toilet. There's now 6 of us sharing a toilet. Get back to your own place.
And also, when you're sick, you don't want to have people there.
Not guys.
No. Let me just poop in my own hotel room in peace.
Yeah, so that was very unfortunate. And he kept hitting me up like, when are we catching up again? Bro, again, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Not happening.
I was keen.
He was keen. Well, who wouldn't be?
Sue him.
Sue him. So, sue me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my additional story to last week.
Love it.
Okay, so I think we get into the real story of today's episode.
The juicy story.
The juicy one. This one is called God's Country.
This is one of my top faves.
It's my top of my top.
I think it is. I think it's top 3.
It's a train ride away kind of relationship. And I want to cast your memory back, Nicolette, to when I told you this story about 3 months ago. So, this is when I was fresh out of my breakup. Maybe not that long ago, probably it'd been like a week, 2 weeks. Sue me. Girls gotta eat. Anyway, I was on like a dating app and I saw this guy that I'd previously been on a date with. We went to Bounce. It was hell fun. Anyway, and we decided we're going to have drinks. He lives quite far away, like an hour drive. And I was not in the mood for traveling at all. So I said, why don't we meet at my local wine bar, which is a 5-minute walk from me.
No, that's good.
If you want to meet up with me, make the effort, babe.
Well, again,
Make
if
the
they're
effort.
asking you, come to
Make
me.
the effort. I didn't realise that he'd actually caught the train there. So it was an hour train line ride from where he lives to the city, then the city into Freo, which is another hour. So 2 hours on the train.
Presumptuous.
And I know. That's what I said. I said, oh, that was a bit presumptuous as he walked home to my house after I invited him over.
I had no idea this was going to happen.
Oh my God. Anyway, I had drinks.
Wait, did you bring an overnight bag?
Toothbrush?
Oh, slippers? Jessica?
We had drinks at the wine bar. It was nice. 2 red flags though, even though there wasn't really very many other ones. Number 1, anti-vaxxer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is that suddenly a thing now? Like, I said pre-COVID, no one ever spoke about that. Now suddenly everyone's anti-vaxxer.
Sorry.
Anyway, we're not like having chats about COVID, but interesting.
Number 2, Joe Rogan podcast listener.
Ooh. 2 flags, but also 2 could sometimes make up. That could be a lot of red flags.
Heaps.
Might as well listen to Andrew Tate while he's there.
Honestly. But again, fresh out of a breakup, girl's got to do what a girl's got to do.
Exactly.
Anyway, comes back to mine. We hook up that night. It was great. It was honestly, I had the best time ever. I was smiling the whole time.
Love that for you.
Yeah, really good sex. Next morning, we we hook up again, right?
All right, backing it up.
Yeah, and I haven't showered or anything. Anyway, he goes to go down on me, and I say, sorry, I gotta pull it together. He goes to go down, and I say I'm like, nah, like, oh, don't go down, like, I haven't showered, and he's like, no, don't worry about it. Goes down on me.
Countryman.
Countryman gets it done, comes back up, looks me dead in the eyes, and goes. He goes, it's like God's country down there, Kate.
with the little like finger to the lip, like
He practically wiped his lips, licked every finger. Tastes like God's country, Kate.
Nah. I mean, what a compliment though. That's the real man, that is.
And I have not let anyone forget it.
No.
What was your first reaction though?
I think I just was like, okay. Look, but there's the fact that he was staring me in the eyes and told me my vulva is like God's country, which it is.
It is. Exactly. So, you know what? He's only stating the truth.
He's only human.
Only human. That's all I have to say.
But yeah, straight to my head. Ego through the roof. Through the roof.
You had to lube up that head before you left the door. So big.
I couldn't get out.
through the door.
I went out that night with my girlfriends and I was like, little does everybody know they're amongst God's country tonight.
This is Kate. Hello, everyone. Just thought I'd grab the DJ's mic real quick, let you guys in on something.
My vulva's God's country.
People of Benny's, Fremantle. Hello.
And like the next weekend we went away and we were like in the country and I took a picture of the country, sent it to him and I said, it's like God's country. He didn't really realize the joke. He didn't understand.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to impress a lady.
Honestly,
that.
compliment some girls during sex, I reckon.
Yeah.
100%. Say more. Tell me more about everything.
Boost my ego.
Tell me more about how good my vulva is.
Exactly. And the point if they even know it's called a vulva.
Yes.
That's 10 points.
10 points if you know it's called a vulva.
That's great.
Okay, what do you think about showering before oral?
I am very for it, to be honest. Shower all the time. I mean, personally, I wouldn't care about me, but I mean, for other people involved, I would make them shower.
Okay, what about I'm going to take you back to when you were a bit younger, the olden days.
My hooligan
Your
stages.
hooligan days.
Mm-hmm.
You've been at a club with a guy. You bring him home. Are you going down on him? He's going down on you.
No.
You're not doing like a 1-for-1 situation.
Not after a club. Ew.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sweaty balls. No, thank you.
Cheese.
Oh, nah. Absolutely not. Nah, sorry. Freshly cleaned. Showered.
Then if you're lucky, maybe I'll think about it.
Actually, you know what someone did tell me? That raw avocado, so like plain avo, no guac, no spices on this guac, just plain avo, tastes like a freshly washed penis. And you know what? It's interesting. And
Sorry, hold on. Backtrack. Why is it interesting?
because I said interesting assumption.
As in because
Or-
you know the answer to that question?
No, someone told me it does. They said
But have you done a one-on-one
well,
comparison?
Last
Is what I'm
time
saying.
I thought about it, I said when I tried the apple, I was like, okay, I could maybe see where this is coming from.
Wow.
So there you go. Go home, try your raw avos. You know, no garlic salt on that, no red onion, no tomatoes, just
No feta.
plain out of the avocado.
And see if it tastes like a freshly washed
Yeah.
penis.
Maybe you go one in one hand, one for one.
Easy,
Try them at
done.
the same time.
I'll sort that out tonight. Get it done. Do my homework.
Go out there, do your homework. Remember, sliding into the DMs, avo dick at the top.
Yes, please.
So we
yes,
don't get lost.
someone please try it. Okay, interesting.
So there you go. Next time you have some avo, think about that.
I will.
Maybe next time someone's eating avocado, you can
Let
just
them
tell
know.
them no.
Let them know.
Yeah, let them know. Tell them no. Let them know. Yeah.
Yep. Family dinner. Seems like an appropriate time to bring
when
that up.
you know your grandpa's dishing the salad, let them know.
Just fun fact.
Fun fact for everyone at Chrissy lunch.
Chrissy
Ding, ding, ding.
lunch.
Fun fact for everyone. Now, I haven't put any dressing on the avocado when you order. Tell me something while you're eating it.
Paul, left hand is for tastes like freshly washed dick. Right hand is doesn't taste like freshly washed dick.
And eat it. Yeah, let's go.
Let's
Try
go.
it.
Okay, interesting.
There you go. Fun fact.
Yeah, I personally like to be clean before someone goes down on me because I don't want them to go down and it's not fresh and then I'm known as the
Stanky.
stanky. I mean, it's all natural and beautiful
That's
anyway,
awesome.
so sue me.
Yeah, only human.
I am only
And it
human.
is meant to be a body part.
It is meant to have a smell and have a taste. We know that. But just for my own like self-consciousness,
Yeah.
I prefer it. However, at this time, couldn't care less.
Couldn't
I
care
say go again, buddy. Round 2. God's country. I should be charging.
You should get that tattooed.
Where on one side of my vulva, on a flap. God's country.
Inside
Welcome
a
to
flap.
God's country and an arrow.
Beautiful. That is lovely.
I say bring pubes back.
Oh. Look, the way we're going with this 90s trend. Wait, were pubes 90s? I don't know. It's too young. Anyway, pubes used to be huge, like 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 80s, the hair.
Like Sex and the City.
Yeah, would they be?
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, lasers are only really taken off the last like 10 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
Pre that, pubes are probably in.
So that's all we have time for today. Again, we're releasing our podcast weekly on all the ins and outs of my dating life and what not to do. If you liked us, give us a follow on Spotify and also Instagram and TikTok. De facto. Please send in your
Not your dick pics.
not your dick pics. Don't want them.
Don't want those. Send in your avocado test. Let us know.
Yep.
You know what? I'll try it.
Try
Yeah,
it.
I'll try
And
Take them on for the team.
for the men out there and the women, does a freshly washed vulva taste like an avocado too?
There you go.
Run it. Let's run all the tests.
Run the test.
All of the anatomy, even in the in-between anatomy as well. Do it all.
Do it all. And we are quite scientific, so there we go.
We know all the terms.
All right, see you next time.
Over and out.